Okay, hi and welcome to this video where we talk about the flattening process using the color chips in Photoshop or any other graphic software used for digital painting or comic book coloring. Is actually this boxes here. See them there, and it also happens to be, or you find it also in swatches, and you can access the swatches in underneath the window menu. You can see it highlighted or ticked here, and any other thing that you want to pop out from the sidebar, right? Or the panels, but that's not where we're going to be focusing on. Okay, a quick concept I wanted to quickly introduce, which is really appropriate to add now, is grouping. The thing is, as we go further in adding new layers and other details to this drawing, it's always advisable to stay organized in Photoshop, and it starts by you being able to group everything you've done so far into a logical manner. So what we have here majorly are thumbnails, rough sketch, refined pencils, and the digital inks, which was what we did last, right? So what I'm going to do is group all of these because they fall into the category of lines. So how I'm going to do that is, you can see the background is already highlighted. It's by me holding down Control. Okay. So like I said, you hold down Control and select all these other layers. But I can also use Control to deselect. So if I select on background, it deselects it. Go left click and hold down Control on thumbnails. Do the same for rough sketch, refined pencils, and digital inks. And I'm going to go over to this icon here that looks like a file and drag everything I've selected so far, and it makes group 1, but that's not the name I want it to be. I want it to be line art. And I'm taking you through this process because most folks say they don't have the habit of being able to organize the layers or even giving it the right names. I advise you make layering a habit of yours while doing anything in Photoshop. I know I also have the bad habit when I'm rushing to not name my layers, but I do know where everything is. That's just the only thing. But if you know you're going to get confused, it's best to break it down like I've been doing so far. It's just something that is very necessary. So you can write that down like one of my housekeeping notes. So that's done. And the sweet thing about grouping all the lines into one place is, if I choose to hide everything to do with line, it simply disappears off the canvas. You can see that, right? So I'm going to create a new layer that is selecting the background and hitting new layer. We'll call this layer flats, or you can call yours flat colors, but I just mostly call my flats for now. And we'll be making use of paint bucket tool. We're breaking this down from the top, big pieces to small pieces, and for us to logically color this character so far in a very nice way. The coloring style I'm going to be using is actually a combo of two artists I really respect so much, and one is Patrick Brown. His tutorial online was the first trial in using Photoshop to color anything, and it was of Scarface. It's a very popular tutorial for anyone who's come across that. And the second will be by Michael Russell. If not for this style of his, I probably would have run away from any drawing as detailed as this, where I do not have gaps to simply use my magic wand tool to fill in colors. So there are two approaches majorly in coloring or applying colors: is using the magic wand to select areas and then fill with the brush, or you use the paint bucket tool. But in this case, because of the level of detail, it's advisable to use a combo of the lasso tool, a little bit of the magic wand, and the paint bucket tool. Right? I hope I haven't lost you there. Okay, so let's get right into it. So just going to select my paint bucket tool. We'll choose one of the variants of gray color there. Let's see what let's see. It has some percentages of gray. Usually highlight, but if it's not showing, no problem. So what happens is done that, but it sort of blends with the canvas. I really wouldn't like that. Okay, a bit too light. Or to make something, to make it loud for you to see how this works out, I think I'll choose something deep and purple. Let's see how that. Whoa, too much. Okay. Nope. Okay, I think I'm going to settle with solid green. I hope that's not too much in here, or I'll find something a bit lighter. Okay, so we'll settle for this. And if I had wanted to change the canvas, I could do this by right clicking in the empty space, and I can change the drawing space into white, any other color, gray, black, and custom color. I'm fine with this. Right? So this is done. We've chosen our flat colors, and I've quickly applied paint bucket tool. One of the reasons this style is so effective is it ensures that there are no gaps while printing, in case you want to print this out like for a pin-up or poster and it mistakenly shifts while printing. It will reveal white gaps or uncolored areas. So using this style ensures that you have no gaps and everything will stay intact most of the time. One of the sweet things about color chip as well, let's talk a little bit about it, is you can move around. And a little note of warning is that you should also take note of the same YK values. You can say I'm within this area. I'm going to say anything beyond the K value of 40 is a no-no. Reason being is that your colors may look great on the system. By the time you go and print, it will come out looking all black, muddy, and you will freak out. That's the printer's term, muddy colors. So make sure what the K value is for anyone that's familiar with CMYK. CMYK is one of the standard color values in printing, and it's just a breakdown of cyan, magenta, yellow, and K. K or null, that means black, right? So shouldn't go anything beyond 40. That's where it is. You can imagine the line here. And I'm not going beyond that, so I'm not changing the color anytime soon for now. I'm not say cancel. What is next is me coming over to the color palette. Now, one of the things I need to make sure you can see, this is called my HSB slider. That means this is my hue, saturation, and brightness. For those of you that yours is by default on the RGB sliders, you can always change those to HSB. This gives a much more believable color because that breaks down into values colors could be. So I'll spend a lot of time there talking about that. So let's get right into coloring. It's about time, right? I can feel somebody saying, where do we go get into coloring? Okay. So let's get right into how we'll go about selecting everything. I've spoken about swatches, spoken about colors, and we've already laid in a light sort of lemon green color overall. Okay, so we'll go over to my lasso tool. The shortcut for it is L. Now I'll be showing you how we're going around highlighting everything, right? Or selecting, I mean. Okay, so lasso tool has different modes. This is the freestyle lasso. If I hit shift and L, it turns into the polygonal. Oops. And then it also changes it to magnetic and back again. Another neat trick is if I hold down Alt for quite a bit, it turns. Okay, let's go back and try that again. Okay, so you see that after hold down for a while, it turns into the polygonal for the meantime. So right, so you first go about it like you're about to draw with the lasso tool, then quickly hit Alt and it turns out. So before we do that, let's take care. Like I said, we'll be breaking the coloring down from the biggest to the smallest parts. So we'll go back to my line art group. I'm also going to lock my inks, right? And we'll use the magic tool to select the moon in. And we'll go over to select, modify, expand. We'll be using this quite a lot in the areas that we need to make use of it. We'll expand this selection by 2 pixels, safe enough. We'll go back to my swatches and find an appropriate color and drop it there. That's to differentiate the moon. It's going to be one of the light sources in this drawing. Right, so that's done. Now, let me quickly talk about this. I just discovered some nifty tricks, shortcuts in Photoshop that are going to be very, very useful. I'm also going to do the versions for Wacom tab because I expect or believe some people will be following the tutorial using their mouse. So I'm going to start with the first one, which is Control. Hold down Control and plus sign. Sorry about that. Let's go back to Select, Control, and you can see that it's zooming in. Just hitting Control and the plus sign. If I hold down Control again and just be hitting the minus sign, it zooms out. Right? And the next one is that's the zooming in there was seamless. Now if you want to make use of another is Control and spacebar, which automatically brings out the zoom. This is like a quick access for the zoom tool, right? You have to click to access that. Now you're probably wondering how we'll do the reverse. Actually, that's while holding down Control and spacebar, hit Alt as well, turns this into a minus sign, and click again. And then the last but not the least is holding down spacebar and it turns it into the hand tool. Right? We have discussed that before, but if I haven't, well, that's a great addition. So spoken now, I did that's with keyboard and mouse. Now for anyone using a tab, preferably Wacom, I have two buttons on the side that stand for my mouse keys, left and right. If I hold down one of them, it brings out options, right? So let's see what happens. This. Oops. We seem to be experiencing a little bit of a glitch. I'm going to fix it quickly. Bear with me. You really can't predict these things when they happen. Okay, a quick reminder that if you want to use your keyboard and zoom in quickly, is hold down Alt and roll the optical mouse. And like I said, so I'll be showing you the shortcut options on the tab. Right, so I have one of my buttons on my tab, stylus I mean, or pen to actually be the hand tool, which allows me to move this around. And in the same vein, I can hold down Control and hit that button, and it automatically brings out the zoom tool. And I'll release that, hold down Alt, and it turns this into zoom out, right? So those are some nifty tricks in moving quickly. Now when it comes to selecting, quickest way is just try your best. It comes with practice to draw around the character, right? Okay, let me, and one thing you should take note of, in this attribute bar, it has different parameters. It's saying single, this is join, this is exclude, this is intersect. By the time you get used to most graphic tools, you have fair meaning of what usually it would bring out the name, but I think it's not one of those days. Okay, for me, if I want to be able to keep most of what I select together, I would have already hit that to merge. Reason being is that I don't want to always be holding shift to add stuff. So, okay, this is an experiment. Let's see how it goes. So, already started outlining the amount of the head. Right, and because I've done that, it doesn't mean I can't deselect. I held down Alt to deselect that last one. I'm going to hold Alt again to remove that. Right, so I'm going to show a quick example because I'm going to be working on most of this behind the scenes and in between videos to make this move faster along. I'm sure you're wondering how I'm able to move this fast. Practice, I'm doing this quite a while actually. I was very comfortable with using the lasso tool with my mouse, but I can't do it anymore. Well, but Wacom tab is there to help out, so why stress myself? So I want to show you how this color thingy works out. So I can choose random color. Let's find something with light. Right, so that's chosen. Go over to my pocket tool and select. Right. So once that's done, I can hold down Control D to deselect. And one of the great things about this is I can use colors that have been used before to add more to the selection. Like I'm doing like this, right? And once I move over to the bucket tool, I can hold down Alt to sample the same colors and add, right? deselect, and we'll show you something that is very interesting. Now, I want to color up this stripes on top of his head. I'm sure you're wondering, do I have to go around selecting everything? Right, you can always move it to see if you got it right or not. Since this is a very important job in accordance, you have to get it right. Well, the artist is the art director. Right? So once I've selected that area, using my paint bucket again, you can see how it instantly separated because we're now breaking down the colors into different segments. So I'm going to continue working behind videos to get this done, like saying it's halfway, and I'll meet you guys in the next video where we'll be completing Latin.